What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling amazing today. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, your shares, your donations. Your support really does mean a lot to me, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. You are in for an amazing journey. Now, the purpose of this channels are for those of you who have Cancer in your placement. Sun, moon, rising, wherever Cancer. This one's for you. And I do tarot card spreads based off our ruler here, the good old moon. And I'll discuss what sign she's in, what phase she's in, when she's going void, of course, just all those lunar shenanigans. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force a reading on a situation, and everything will be great, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems are feeling good. Just good energy all around, Cancer, because guess what? You know what time it is. It's that full moon in Cancer. And I hope you're as geeked up as I am, because with the full moon, you know, this is a time of harvest and of an appreciation for all the things that you've done up until now. You know, really, wherever you're at on this journey, Cancer, you know, if you're just, you know, if we're, you know, kind of refining things along at this point in our journey here, if we're, you know, maybe even just getting the stuff down on paper, even if we're just, you know, entertaining the idea of a Cancer, celebrate, because that's progress. You know, just the fact that we're moving forward here, that's what the full moon energy is all about. And then couple it with the fact that the moon's in Cancer. Come on, Cancer, because this is going to be an extraordinarily receptive time, and you'll be feeling, you know, maybe a little extra sensitive during this period. There might be kind of like a need to just sort of kind of be like a bum around the house, just sort of like, you know, maybe focus more on your environment, you know, family, security, all that good stuff, Cancer. You know, this is a good time for us. And, you know, you also have like enhanced imagination, receptivity. Just work with this energy, Cancer. You know, the moon's at home. And last thing, in case you all were curious, the deck that I'm using is the Everyday Witch Tarot deck, and I've included a link for this deck and other decks that I like using down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested, Cancer. But let's get into this thing. The first card is going to be, so stoked. The first card is going to be just like the general energy of the day. So, Higher Self, what's the energy looking like for Cancer today? You know, the moon's back at home. You know, just everything's just all lined up. How are we feeling, Cancer? Absolutely. Queen of Cups and Cancer. Come on. This is what I'm talking about. Cancerian energy all the way. The Queen of Cups is a number of things. Let's break her down for this full moon here. The Queen of Cups is honestly, of the court cards for me, she's super intuitive in the sense of just like, you know, on top of being, you know, Cancer's card, so, you know, there may be a little bias in there. But, you know, she's a very intuitive figure, you know, considering that, you know, she's a type that takes all of her experiences, you know, learns from all the good stuff, all the bad stuff, and they shape who she is today. And that's how she navigates through this, through her, you know, through her present. You know, she's very super compassionate, you know, very nurturing. This could be a card too, just, this is one of the cards in this deck, you know, if we're, you know, if we're looking, you know, thinking about little ones or things like that. Queen of Cups is she's all, you know, green lights, you know, for that. If we're not looking for kids, you know, let's be mindful. But, and that's another thing too, while I'm talking about mindfulness. Queen of Cups, super mindful, very present, you know, in her situation here. You know, she's the type that, you know, this is a good kind of representation of like, you know, having like, because the court cards can represent people. And I feel like when we think about, when I talk about, you know, like, syncing up with the energies of the moon and that, and the good stuff that can come from that, all the what we could potentially kind of like what strengths we can embody here. Queen of Cups, she's really she can feel. I don't even know how to really get into her, like to really do a deep dive into that. She's the type that's just like her energy just fills up the room here, and she just can navigate through that. She can sense like all the energies that are kind of working around in her realm here, Cancer. So I feel like just with this popping up on the moon or during the full moon in our sign here, I definitely feel like just tap into this energy, Cancer. Figure out how what being attuned to the energies looks like for you, because it's going to vary differently from each of us there. And that's when I talk about getting to understand like your sun, your moon, your rising, just figuring out how you operate as a Cancerian, because it really is, all of it's a gift, each sign has their thing to give here, but you want to understand your thing, Cancer. Water signs are just, more naturally intuitive, and then you think especially getting to, of the three, probably I would say Pisces, I feel like it's the most naturally intuitive of the three, but Cancer's right there, hanging right there behind them. It's just a different way of how they operate there. So definitely tap into that, Cancer. Be receptive to all of that. That's what an awesome start here. Really, we could spend the whole reading just talking about the Queen of Cups here, but let's keep that moving. Let's see how we're working with this energy now. While I'm talking about that, that's what the next couple cards are going to be. How we're working with this Queen of Cups energy here. So higher self, how is it that Cancer? What are some ways that Cancer can like kind of work with this energy here? Like we're coming out the gates, just Cancer. This is what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, you got the Nine of Swords here. So I feel like with this Cancer, maybe for some of us, that when I go to, because sometimes I feel like, when we think about what intuition looks like on us, how we visualize, how we manifest, and all of those things, I feel like if we haven't been getting that, like, let's say consistency, maybe there's been like, little spurts here and there, but it's just like, you still maybe feel like there's like a disconnect or something like that, Cancer. Don't it's difficult, but it can be. But if we get, because the Nine of Swords is a card of like, where you're just like in this kind of like self-imposed nightmare here, when you're asleep, you're anxious, worried, whatever this is looking like for you, it's bothering you in your sleep, it's bothering you in your waking hour, you just can't seem to get a break, we're just very in our heads with this Nine of Swords energy here. And I feel like maybe one thing that might benefit you with this, Cancer, is when you find yourself kind of spiraling in this stuff here, try to think of something, try to switch it, add a positive, throw a nugget of positivity in there. And that's, I brought this up for some other signs and like some past readings, and I'm not saying, like be fake, Cancer, but if you've been stuck in this energy, and we've been kind of wallowing in it, and you're in a judgment-free zone here, but if we've been kind of wallowing in this, kind of chasing that negativity around, and we're not getting anywhere here, then we're not going to find the nugget of wisdom. That's how you get a Queen of Cups in reverse there, if we just wallow in this thing here. So if you've been doing that and it's not been yielding any kind of results, then I challenge you, try throwing some positivity on this thing. Just start with a nugget, get an affirmation, get a mantra, something to just kind of catch yourself when you're in this, because you'd be surprised, when you start being more mindful when you get in these spaces here, how when you get in them, you can spiral in a way, and it's just like all this time is gone, and it's just like, what have you been manifesting in that time? And there's almost like this absent-mindedness in a sense. So and I'm not calling you absent-minded, Cancer, but I want us to make the most of this. again, if we're staying in this Nine of Swords energy here, we're missing the nugget of wisdom here. So again, just give that a try. See how that, because it's not going to take away from the situation here, but it'll at least provide some clarity for you when you're ready to, once you're in a better headspace, you can tackle this thing better. Things start lining up for you. That's how the Queen of Cups operates. She's not ignoring this problem here. It's just like, I feel this thing how long you need to feel it, Cancer, but then at some point we Chariot, just like yesterday, at some point once you get that figured out, let's get back, let's put one foot back in front of the other again. Let's keep that momentum. So let's get on to your next card here. I like this. I feel the wisdom. Look at that. Another thing with the Queen of Cups, just wise as all get out. We're gonna get a lot from this, Cancer. Just settle in. Let's see how else we can work with this energy here. Higher self. How else can we embody this Queen of Cups energy? Because Cancer, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it, and yeah, nice. You got the Five of Swords here. So see, Cancer, I feel like we're thinking too much. We're getting in this place because maybe with this Five of Swords energy, maybe we're in this place of where we're comparing ourselves to others. We're seeing that maybe it comes, manifesting, or, people, you know what I mean, Cancer. You might see someone who's like, it just comes kind of more naturally to them in a sense, or at least that's how you're perceiving it, But Cancer, if we're comparing ourselves to other people, you don't know what their journey's looking like. Everyone has a different experience here. Focus on your journey here, Cancer. This is about where I'm trying to embody. You know what? We're gonna do this thing again. I feel like we did this in the one reading. Queen of Cups is taking a front row seat here, Cancer. Oh yeah, hold on. Let's get her in a good spot here. There you go, babe. Chillax, cause yeah, Cancer. Think about you in this is your journey here, nobody else's. Because if we get to this place of where we're kind of comparing ourselves, that's going to get it to where we may how do I want to put it, we could, especially it's with the energies going on right now. We got Mars retrograde, we got Mercury retrograde. It's a tricky time to be where we're like envious or jealous or things like that, Cancer. If anything, it's just like, let them be a marker. It's just like, oh, I like their style of stuff that they're doing. I want to try to emulate this in my own kind of Queen of Cups way here. Cancer, play around with that, but it's like it's not a competition. I feel like competitions, it gets us in this place of where it honestly can kind of limit our growth here. We're setting like this cap on ourselves. Like once we reach this thing, then like that's it, we've made it. But Cancer is about constantly refining here. You want to be in a place where you're, and if this is someone who, let's say, maybe in your soul tribe that you may be kind of feeling a little envious, because it happens, Cancer, maybe see if we can partner with this person, learn from this. They may have some wisdom to give from you here. And then, you know what, maybe you in the same thing, you can kind of show them a different way of coming at some stuff here, bounce off each other here, co-create here. There's some goodness that can come from that, Cancer. So, just keep that in mind, okay? Let's get to some challenges here. As if these haven't been really challenges as it is, but let's see what are some challenges that can kind of get in the way of this Queen of Cups energy here. So higher self, what are some challenges that Cancer may be facing at this time? Let's see what could possibly get in the way of a Queen of Cups. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that could do it. You got the Ace of Pentacles here. And I feel like with this, maybe some challenges could be, maybe we're looking for, again, maybe we're looking for that, how do I want to put this thing? I feel like maybe whatever it is that we're tackling during the cycle here, or maybe during a resolution, whenever we decided to kind of like focus on like manifesting something, maybe Cancer, take it as it resonates. I feel like this could possibly be where the best example I could think for this, with this being a challenge, is like, for example, I got this story where I used to be a bartender, and it was a late night. I was getting ready to close up. I had one more customer, and we ended up just kind of chit chatting for a while, kind of like unpaid. Bartenders are like part-time therapists, and we were having a good conversation, but when I was having this conversation, it was like I was doing it expecting, like Ace of Pentacles here, like I was going to get this big payout. There was ulterior motives there. I wasn't doing it just for the fact of just like, a person's opening up to me, sharing this stuff here. There was an expectation there. And at the end of the whole thing, end up getting like a what you would consider maybe a less than appealing a tip, but it was I had a big Queen of Cups in that moment. It was just like, see, this is what happens when you go in with that. With you. I hope that makes sense, Cancer, because I feel like that's what this Ace of Pentacles is about. When we're trying to maybe manifest or do something like that, I feel like maybe our intentions aren't. There's something with the intentions that aren't matching up here. But let's get a little bit more on that Ace of Pentacles here. Yeah, let's clarify that. Higher self, can we get a little bit more on this Ace of Pentacles? Yeah, let's see if I can get a little bit more on that. Okay. You got the Empress here, and so I feel like because the Ace of Pentacles for me, I feel like, we're looking for that big opportunity. We're looking for that universal sign, like, yes, we're on the right track. I've got this big win, abundance, because that's what the Empress is about. I feel like that's kind of tying in with this thing here. And I feel like the challenge of being able to really tap into our Queen of Cups is maybe just like our intentions about how we're going with it. Maybe it's, I hope that makes sense, Cancer, because I feel like it's about, how we're visualizing ourselves in this thing, or how, I guess whatever our expectations is, Cancer, I feel like it's going to be something that we're going to have to really kind of sit down and figure out how the universe gives you signs, or how that looks like for you. And I feel like that's the kind of challenge here, to really understand how you manifest abundance, and how to attract that to you, how to make this law of attraction work for you, like how the Queen of Cups does, learning from your lessons here. Because the thing with the Queen of Cups too, when I was talking about she learns from the good and the bad, when an Ace of Pentacles experience pops up here, she's trying to repeat that too. She's making that kind of stuff manifest as well here. And that's the thing, the Empress, super abundant, she's the type of just I was gonna say drowning in abundance, but yeah, that's the Empress energy here. So I feel like, it's just kind of figuring out how you manifest, Cancer. I'm gonna leave that there, because I feel like I'm just like you may be trying to force it here, Cancer. I'm trying to force it here, and you see what happens. It doesn't quite work as well. We got to kind of relax with this thing. Work with the energies here. But let's get some other stuff on here. Let's see what other challenges may be kind of getting in the way of this Queen of Cups energy, Cancer. Let's see what else is going on there. Okay. Yeah, Cancer, you got the World here. And so, yeah, I feel like it's a visualization thing, really kind of, there's, if you're getting results, pay attention when you're getting those, when the Ace of Pentacles is kind of popping up, if that makes sense. When those times that are hit, what were you doing in that situation? Kind of let's really be mindful and be very present, in how we're operating, from really just here on out. But, just let's at least to the end of this cycle, this lunar cycle, let's kind of like really kind of, be in that, what were you doing, where were you at energetically, maybe what were you wearing? I don't know, Cancer. Just be very present in that. When it hits, figure that out. See some patterns, figure out what is it that, where were you at mentally, all that stuff there, Cancer. We have to visualize our finish line here. The world, if we stay in this kind of fogginess, then that's where this journey is going to be, just kind of foggy. But if we get, sit down and really kind of start, mapping this thing out, putting the pieces of this puzzle together here, that's Awesome. Queen of Cups. You know, this is your puzzle you're trying to build here. Queen of Cups right here. You know, let's visualize that, Cancer. But let's get to your last card here. So, oh, I'm like, this is gonna be a, you know how I was super excited for this one here, Cancer. So of course it's gonna be a little bit of a longer one here. But let's get to your last card. Let's get some closing thoughts on this thing, Cancer, because I like this. This is some good stuff to be thinking about, especially during this full moon here. And look at that, Cancer. Two of Wands. Oh, hold up one second. Uh-oh. I think one of my cameras. Okay, hold on, Cancer. Oh, Cancer. We're having technical difficulties right now. So I'm gonna be staying like this for a little bit. You got Two of Wands here. And so I feel like with this, Cancer, just go out and figure this thing out. You know, like and again, be present in how you're going about your actions here. You know, pay attention to that, Cancer, because I feel like that there's opportunities there for you to get all this abundance here. You know, to get to that finish line, to get to that channel that Empress and this Queen of Cups energy here. You know, it's just sorry, I'm multitasking here. You know, channeling this Empress and Queen of Cups energy here. It's first getting, you know, dealing with this Nine of Swords energy here. You know, figuring out how we can make this melancholy energy and maybe this envious energy kind of work for us here, Cancer, and then go out and I tell you, Cancer, I feel like all this stuff is going to start lining up here. You know, it's just going to be a matter of time. Just like me figuring out this camera is going to be a matter of time. It's fine, Cancer. You know what? We're going to be lazy with it. Bam. Sorry for the quality. It's a whole thing. But you know what, Cancer? This is what I mean, you know. Even when life is throwing you curveballs like this, let this be a perfect example. We keep it moving. You know, you got to work with this energy here, even when it throws you hiccups, because, you know, who knows what might come out of it here. You know, your world, well, I'll tell you what will come out of here. Your world, you know, whatever you've been envisioning here, that's what's going to happen here. Queen of Cups, you know, just, yeah, that's, I think I'll leave that there, Cancer. So, again, sorry for the technical difficulties. You know how it is. It happens. But if I hope you like this thing. If so, give it a good old thumbs up. Share this. You know, if you know someone who might be resonating with this, Cancer, yeah, let's raise that vibration. Subscribe, hit that bell button. You get notified when I release videos each day. I'm all over Facebook. And lastly, like I was saying before, I'm assuming we've checked our sun since we're here, but, you know, check your sun, check your moon, check your rising, your whole chart, Cancer. Get a whole picture of how you operate here. Understand the tools that you got at your disposal. And then when you do, go check out my other channel, Alchemist 8. I do all signs videos. I do like monthly readings. Each week is a different theme. It's a good old time, Cancer. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise card here so I can get you out of here. I dig it, Cancer. You got the Eight of Cups here. And I feel like with the Eight of Cups popping up, you know, we're at this place. This is a card of letting go, you know. So any sort of, again, I feel like any sort of things that are lowering your vibration, you know, again, don't ignore them, but deal with them. You know, because if we're at this place where if it's lowering that vibration, then it's just going to make it that much harder to manifest and, well, really, I was going to say, and then get to your finish line. But yeah, you know, it's going to be really hard to really make the most of this Ace of Pentacles, to get your world, you know, to get that abundance, you know, that channel that Empress energy if we're stuck in this thing here, you know, because it's just like trying to build a building on a beach. You know, there's no foundation there. It's just going to collapse. So, you know, we want to work from a more solid, sturdy foundation here. And then when we get there, then we can take action, Cancer. You know, your body will instinctually know what to do. It'll just get you there. So, yeah, you know, it's, you know, let's let some of that, you know, again, play around with that, Cancer. See how that works for you, but I feel like there is a benefit here from letting some of the stuff go here. Relieve yourself of some of that burden. This is our time, Cancer. Rise up to the occasion. You got this thing. We're gonna there's good creations. The creative potential and all of that just happening here. So I'll leave that there. So stay safe out there, Cancer. You keep eyes on the moon. And I will catch you on the next one Monday. Wait, no. Tomorrow.